during a concert in London the other night, and the crowd went wild. I don't know if he got in trouble for it. I think he did.
Hey, y'all. Everybody in country music knows the name Reba McEntire. But behind the voice, the fame, and the amazing career, there's a story that she kept to herself for a long, long time. For decades, fans have wondered about one specific part of her history, her famous duet with Vince Gill. They made magic together, then just stopped. No explanation. Nothing. But now, at 70 years old, Reba has finally opened up, and the truth is even more powerful than we all imagined. For over 30 years, that silence hung in the air. Fans whispered about it, online forums debated it, and every time someone played "The Heart Won't Lie," we all felt that little bit of magic, but also that nagging question. What happened? Reba was always so private, so in control. She never mentioned it in interviews, never wrote about it in her books. It was like a locked vault, holding a secret that everyone wanted to know. The song was a massive hit. It hit #1 on the charts and stayed there for weeks, and the music video felt so real. Reba as a military cadet, Vince as her love interest. The chemistry was electric. It wasn't their first time working together either. They had already recorded Oklahoma Swing a few years before. Their voices just fit together perfectly, like two parts of a beautiful puzzle. So, when "The Heart Won't Lie" blew up, we all thought it was the beginning of something special, a partnership that would last forever. But it wasn't. Suddenly, just like that, they weren't singing together anymore. No big announcement, no dramatic falling out. Just silence. Vince went on to have huge solo hits, and Reba continued to become one of the biggest stars in the world. They would be at the same award shows. They would smile and clap for each other, but they never spoke about their work together again. Reba, being the fiercely private person she is, kept her feelings to herself, and the mystery just grew bigger over time. People made up their own stories. Maybe they had a secret romance. Maybe one of their marriages got in the way. Maybe they just had a big fight. Nobody knew for sure. And that's what makes what happened recently so incredible. At 70 years old, Reba finally decided to share her side of the story. And it wasn't because of pressure or some dramatic reason. It was just because time had passed, and she was finally at peace with the past. When she spoke, it wasn't to cause a stir or to create a new headline. It was to tell the simple, honest truth. She started by admitting that the magic was real. The song was one of her proudest moments, but the story behind it was complicated. You see, she had originally tried to record the song with Kenny Rogers, a legend and a close friend. But it just didn't work. The music wasn't right, and their voices didn't blend the way she hoped. So, she made a tough decision and chose to work with Vince instead. But here's the part that really got to her. She never told Kenny. She didn't call him to explain. She just moved forward, and that decision, that moment of not being direct, stayed with her for years. Reba said that talking about Vince meant she had to go back and revisit a very hard time in her life. This was right after the tragic 1991 plane crash that took the lives of her band and crew. She was heartbroken and was trying to push forward with her career, even though she was still in so much pain. When Vince came into the studio, she said he was a calm presence during a very chaotic time. He didn't ask questions or try to make a big deal out of anything. He just showed up and made it easy. He was a kind, respectful person who helped her bring that beautiful song to life. She said that the chemistry people saw wasn't a romance. It was just two artists who were able to connect on a deep level at the exact right moment. So, why did they never sing together again? The answer is surprisingly simple and not at all what people had assumed. Life just moved on. Their careers took them in different directions. He focused more on songwriting and bluegrass, and she went into television, business, and fashion. There was no big fight, no betrayal. The silence wasn't because of anger. It was because they never had a reason to collaborate again. They stayed friendly, but they didn't force a partnership that wasn't meant to be. Reba admitted that the silence had become a heavy thing on its own. She didn't want to say anything that would be twisted or misunderstood. So, she just stayed quiet for over 30 years, letting the mystery grow. But now, at 70, she doesn't feel that burden anymore. She's at peace. She told the interviewer, "I've got nothing to prove. I'm not looking to dig up the past, but I think people deserve to hear the truth from me." She wasn't trying to create headlines or go viral. She was just a woman who had carried a story for a long time and decided it was finally time to set it free. And by sharing her truth, she didn't just clear up a mystery. She taught us a lesson about forgiveness, about peace, and about being able to look back at your life with a calm heart, not a regretful one. That's the real story behind the silence. It wasn't a scandal. It was just life happening to two amazing artists. The mystery made the story bigger than it was, but the truth is so much more beautiful. It's a story about a moment in time, a powerful connection, and how sometimes the most magical things in life are meant to be cherished for a short time and then let go. The fact that she can finally talk about it shows just how much she has grown and how strong she is. If you loved hearing this story about Reba and Vince, please let us know. What do you think about what she finally said? Do you have a favorite memory of their duet? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. And please, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.